Today I'm going to give you the secret for how I draw my city maps in D&D. Spoilers, this is the charming little town we're going to create. First thing we're going to want to do is define our geography. I just draw one side of this river for now. I don't know where there's going to be lakes or ponds, but for now we're just drawing one side of it. Then I'm going to come in and draw the other side of the river and think about the real rivers in the real world. And as you're doing it, take an opportunity. I've decided there's going to be a kind of pond here. This looks a bit straight, so I'm going to add a bit more of a curve to it. Remember, we're allowed to have weird shapes. Now, the geography will inform the rest of your decision making. I've decided I'm going to add some forest to the north, and in doing so we've decided the main path is going to come through this trees and then over here, just this little shallow bit of water. Now it's time to start plotting in some of the roads. This is just a tiny wee town, so I think there's going to be a little bit of a town square here that kind of comes in from here, and then it's going to be more like a crossroads than anything else. So I just add in these little pencil sketches of where I think I'm going to have the kind of main roads of this town be. And then I'm going to extend out the roads out of town, so now I can kind of see this is like a crossroads sort of place. There is a road going from north to south and one going west to east, so this town is kind of sprung up because of that. So let's get adding buildings. Let's think about what's going to be in this town. All we're going to do is draw the shape of our building and then give it a name and fill it in, because so the important buildings have names, and to make sure they stand out, we just kind of give them this hatching. And since this is a crossroads town, let's give it an inn. So this is the Forester's Rest, the public house and inn of this teeny tiny little town. Now, I just picked Forester's because there is a lot of woods nearby, but because of that decision, there's probably a bit of a lumber place going around. That's why they call themselves the Foresters. So here we have Lee's Lumber, just another little place. I've added in a few more landmarks, but we don't need that many for a tiny little town like this. The main thing, since we're making this for D&D, is have somewhere for your players to go. So here we have Old Tower, which would just be a locked old tower that's got a dungeon underneath and a bit of mystery if your players want to explore that. And it's always good to imply names in the map. So we've got Sean's Arrows and Herb's Hut, but that's all like world building details. You don't need that for the map drawing. So after this, we're just going to fill it in with a couple more little houses. Just use those roads we put down earlier as a bit of a guide. I don't think we need many more houses than this. Don't worry about making it super realistic. It'll be fine. Kind of last thing I'm going to do is just note down some farmhouses, you know, since this is fairly rural. I'm then adding in a couple more roads. That's going to be between the fields. Then like going in with this kind of navy blue, but it's really hard to tell from black. That's just a personal thing. I like that. And for marking out farmland, I just do this kind of dashed line. These are also totally fine to just have trail off as you leave. You want your adventure to be here, not here. And there we have it. This is just a tiny little rural town. But this idea scales up to all the cities. It's the exact same. Draw the geography, draw the roads, fill in the landmarks, and then add in the little houses. If you're wondering what materials I use Muji pens, but to be honest, I think any pen will do. Just maybe like a thick one, that's always good. There you go, I hope that helped. Anyway, have a lovely day. Okay, bye!